was in high school, I was running for student government president, and there was 4 people running. And I went down and asked my dad, I go, Dad, can you listen to my speech and tell me if it's pretty good? And so I give him this speech. I pour my heart out to my father. My dad goes, that was terrible. That was horrible. I go, oh, great. I'm probably going to lose. He goes, let's work on this. So my dad stayed up and worked with me on it. And I went in there and I did the speech and I got like a standing ovation.
All right.
And then I ended up winning the presidency of our student government.
That's
at
a hell
Normandy.
of a story, man.
So was that your very first time? Like where finally, I feel like everyone who kind of works in media has that moment when they're younger where you realize like, oh shit, people are entertained by me. Was that your first one?
That was the first time where a speech worked, where I felt the goosebumps and you felt like, ooh, I got him. Like I got the crowd.
Yeah.
And so I guess that was the first time that ever happened. But the first time I was actually in WWE as like a host, I was hosting like the Diva Search. And I'll never forget, like I was supposed to say this one catchphrase. It was like, I can't remember. It was like the sexiest women on the planet or something like that. And when I was announcing the catchphrase, the tagline that I was supposed to get, I messed up the words. And I messed up the tagline. And
Yikes.
I was like, and in my head, I went, oh my God, you just messed up the tagline. Oh my God, you just messed up. Then all of a sudden my brain froze.
Yeah.
Mind you, there are 15,000 people watching live in an arena, millions watching at home.
Yeah.
And all I'm thinking about is what's my next line? I don't have a line.
Can't
What am I
recover
doing?
it. Yes.
I have a cold sweat going.
Mhm.
I don't know what's happening. And then I have to remember the phone number. And I wrote it on my wrist. However, I was sweating so much that
It ran
the phone number erased off my arm. So I was like, just call the
number.
Google it.
And thankfully they put it up on the Tron, but I messed up the entire thing. I remember going back into like the gorilla position, as we call it, and looking at Vince going, Vince, I promise you this will never happen. I will work on it nonstop.
Yeah.
And I've been working on it ever since to never have that feeling of just freezing.
Bombing,
And
yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever froze, like even when you're on the radio or anything, but when you freeze, there's nothing that can help you.
The first time I was in, I worked at the radio that I went to college at, and I was just doing like the 1 minute, like Minuteman stuff back then too, where you're just doing like a sports update. And I had, just like a piece of paper, and you're supposed to just read the scores and the schedule. And it was like when you're running downhill and you can't keep up with your legs, And I got ahead of myself, and I couldn't keep to the script. And I was like, I mean, it was not even English, sweating the whole nine, out of breath. I almost like passed out. All I was doing was talking. And mercifully, this update ends, and I like walk back out to like the bullpen area of the radio station, and everyone's looking at me like, well, like, and one guy was just like, well, we'll have to work on that. And it was like totally almost unspoken, like, yeah, that fucking stunk, dude.
And it's also funny because like I still will slur a word here and there because we're live.
Yeah.
Like you don't get 2 takes, 3 takes. We're live. I'll slur a word and it aggravates me so much because I want everything to perfection.
Right.
Like I want people to be able to feel it. Like I remember this one promo. Everyone says it's like my best promo I've ever done. I watch it and I can't stand it because I am bummed. Because when you get really angry, like really heated, you can't speak because your brain is going so fast that your mouth can't regurgitate what's going on in your head.
Yep.
I had one of those moments on a show called Talking Smack on WWE, and I went off. Like I remember feeling like the just heat just go. I remember getting goosebumps and just going blank. And I don't even remember what I said or what I did. I got done and everyone was just like, whoa. And I mean, I got texts from like people that like normally don't really ever text me being like, that was the greatest promo I've ever seen. I had to go back and watch it because I don't remember what I was saying. And I watched it and I go, oh my God, this is terrible. I'm bumbling. I'm slurring words.
Yeah, but it's
you can see
real,
the
right?
anger.
It's the emotion. Yeah, nobody really cares
that's
about
what people like
the
the most
technical execution. They're just like, whoa, this dude is fucking raging right now, or he's being funny, or whatever the emotion is. That's what the people want to see. They don't care about the pronunciation of a word here or there.
Yeah, but I want both.
Yeah,
I want
of course.
the execution and I want the feeling. And sometimes it just doesn't happen.
Right. But that's, I think that's what your personal drive is. But as long as the audience is hearing the passion, like, the rest of it catches up. I feel like in wrestling for me, like the mic work is it, like you need, of course, the high flying stunts. You need the Mankinds of the world to take the bumps. You need all that shit, of course. But, the greats, it's all about the mic work, right?
Yeah, I mean, when growing up, my favorites were, and it's energy as well.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
My favorites growing up were like Ultimate Warrior, and Ultimate Warrior's promos would just be screaming and yelling nonsense. Oh, the spaceship with the rocket till the Ultimate Warrior, and literally, you just loved the energy that he gave you because it made you feel that. And then I'd watch up into my high school years where The Rock would get in there. Yeah. And anything The Rock would say or do, you would want to know what was going to happen next.
Right.
And so that's what I carry over to what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to be able to ensure that I gave the energy and passion and believability to an audience that they will believe anything I say.
Right.
And when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. Like right now, I'm Mr. Money in the Bank. Being Mr. Money in the Bank means I have a contract that I can cash in anytime, anywhere on a WWE or Universal champion. Right now, it's Randy Orton and Roman Reigns. Now, Roman Reigns is the champion of SmackDown, which is on Fox. Randy is the champion of Raw, which is on USA. And I can go to either show and cash in. So let's put something out there. Say Randy Orton gets thrown through a table. I can walk out there and say, I want to go up against Randy Orton right now. He can't even get up. Good. That's even better for me. I'm going to pin him 1, 2, 3 and be WWE champion. I'm like Willy Wonka. I have the golden ticket.
Yeah. You got the keys to the nukes. Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of shit that I love most about wrestling too, is like, I remember when they made the hardcore belt and it was just like this whole new fucking idea. Like it just radically changed what it meant to like win a belt or when you could have a match or whatever. To me, that's like where the creativity of wrestling is like unparalleled. Is that something like those broad ideas? Is that Vince? Is there like a team of story writers?
Everything, to be honest.
Yeah.
A lot of it is like the WWE universe and what they're gravitating towards.
Right.
No one would have believed, I think 8 months ago, that Otis would win the Money in the Bank contract in a ladder match, because Otis is like a big guy. Mm-hmm. Like he is just round. He's like 300 pounds of pure solid muscle, and he's just incredibly entertaining. And it ended up where he didn't even climb the ladder. The briefcase got taken off the thing and dropped right in his lap. And then cut to 8 months later, I tried to get the Money in the Bank contract off of him. I didn't think that was ever going to come to fruition. Right. I had no idea. And it just, as time progressed, developing, it started becoming a reality where I was like, oh man, I should be Mr. Money in the Bank, because I can do what no one else can do with a Money in the Bank contract. Right. I am a bad guy. I am the ultimate opportunist. When an opportunity presents itself, I will cheat, I will lie, I will steal, I will do whatever it takes to win, because I'm a winner.